try, baby, the further you'll fall. Even with all the money in the whole wide world, please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me. Please, please, please don't pass me by. Everything you know about me now, baby, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna call it by a brand new name. Ooh, please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down. Just like a tree down by the water, baby, I shall not move. Even after all the silly things you do. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down.
something like a bird within her sang. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on. Tell me all that you know, I'll show you snow and rain.
Thanks for coming, y'all.
say that my behavior's unacceptable, so condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have a tendency of getting very physical, so watch your step, cause if I do, you'll need a miracle. You train me, try, make me wonder why I'm even here. The double vision I was seeing is finally clear. You want to stay, but you know very well I want you gone. Not fit to fucking tread the ground that I'm walking on. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What you were doing was screwing things up inside my head. You should know better, you never listen to what I said. Touching your pillow and writhing in the naked sweat, hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Does it kill? Does it burn? Is it painful to learn that it's me who has all the control? Does it thrill? Does it sting when you feel what I bring and you wish that you had me to hold? When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe.
Are you ready for some Potters baseball? Potters baseball brought to you by Stones Broadcast Networks. And now for the play-by-play, here is Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good evening and welcome, everybody. It doesn't seem like evening. It seems like afternoon because it's such a beautiful day out here at McBean Stadium. I am Mark the Phantom Lowe, and I am bringing you tonight's action between your Lincoln Potters and the Concord Zephyrs of the Bay Area Collegiate League. We just had a tremendous rendition of our national anthem by the First Street Elementary and Foskett Ranch Elementary combined choirs, and they knocked it out of the park, to use a baseball phrase. And it's a big night tonight. There's a lot of reasons to be happy. First of all, we've got Potters baseball, so that's awesome. Secondly, it is a Wine and Wiener Wednesday, which means we have all kinds of combinations. $2 off hot dogs, bacon-wrapped hot dogs, $2 off wine pours, half-price sangria. It's all right out there, but maybe most important, our third thing is Big E, Evan, the fastest rising guy at Stones Broadcast Networks, is off graduating. Stones McCoy, the legend himself, is home, recuperating from his, 8 to 5, exhausting job. So what have I got here? I've got the legend himself. Mr. Riley, the engineer, is back behind the computer, and he is doing a fantastic job. He's only had to call his dad, I would say, 4 or 5 different times to find out what the heck was going on, and I think that's a pretty good number for a guy who's been playing virtual volleyball virtually 24/7. Efforts come to town. It will be Justin Santiago, the right-hander for the Potters, out of Laverne, California. He attended St. Mary's, is now in the portal, and his last outing on the 27th was against the South Bay Storm. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 hit. He walked 2, he struck out 5, and he got the win in that one. So he is 1-0 on the season. Justin will be facing a lineup of Zephyrs that will start off with Nate Litticoat, the center fielder. He's followed by Morgan Tran out in left field. Carlos Garcia in right field concludes the first 3 for the Zephyrs. Then Brendan Lister, the first baseman. Noah Peterson is the DH. He bats 5th. Jaron Barajas is hitting 6th and playing at shortstop. Aaron Del Real is the catcher, batting 7th. That is Raul Ramos is at third base. He'll hit 8th, and batting 9th, Brendan Pops, the second baseman. Dylan Brown is on the mound for the Concord Zephyrs. Just about ready to go here. The festivities have gone. We've had 3 kids thrown out the first pitch. One of them actually went out and threw the ball toward the dugout. So I think he was a little bit behind on the whole notion of the first pitch, but once we got him turned around and straightened out, he did a tremendous job. So here is Nate Litticoat, the center fielder for the Concord Zephyrs. Nate is out of Martinez, California, Los Madonnas College, and he takes the first pitch, and it is a called strike. No uncertain terms by the umpire behind the plate, and we are underway here. And again, a beautiful night. First pitch, 6:39. Beautiful night for baseball. Good crowd in here for a Wednesday night. Still kind of filing in. That's a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Santiago hitting 93 on his second pitch. We talked to him after the game against the Storm. He came up the next game and was our guest during third inning, and he's just a delightful young man. Breaking ball, call, strike 2. And he is looking really have a good summer and get some options for where he's going to play next year. 1-2 on Litticoat with Morgan Tran to follow. Breaking ball swung on and missed. So Santiago starts it off with a strikeout. Morgan Tran will be the next hitter. He is batting second today, and we find him. He is also out of Martinez, also from Los Madonnas College. Looking at the defensive line for your Lincoln Potters, got Jordy Lopez in left. We got a newcomer, Mace Madsen, in center. Quincy Malbrough in right. Tristan Russell's over at third tonight. Perrin Bland at short. Carson Moore's back in lineup at second, and Brady Dobson at first. Ethan Johnson behind the plate, and Justin Santiago on the mound. His first pitch is a ball right at 92 from Justin Santiago. Carlos Garcia will follow for the Concord Zephyrs out of the Bay Area Collegiate League. A lot of familiar names. We'll go over those as we go on today. A lot of familiar names to Potter fans as far as the teams involved in that league. That's chopped foul down the third base line. Looks like Dylan Brown, the starting pitcher's out there completing his warm-up tosses. He's getting loosened up to take the mound in the bottom of inning number 1 here. Just a one-game set here. Just a solo action as the Potters will have a weekend series coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shows the bunt, pops it up, and I think it hit him after he made no, that ball hit him without bunting at it. Couldn't tell. Let's see. The umpire puts his right hand up in the air, so I don't think he has a hit batter. I think he called that a strike. A lot of options on that one. I thought he bunted it and it hit him. He thought he was hit, and the umpire said strike. So we'll go 1 ball and 2 strikes on Morgan Tran with Carlos Garcia next. As Tran's going to go ahead, he's going to kind of flex out that leg as the third base coach comes down to try to inquire about, maybe it hit him. Maybe I'm just saying maybe it did. Carlos Garcia on deck, also Los Madonnas College, which is, I believe, in Pittsburgh, California, that is. Tran jumping up and down. He's got the pink shoes and the pink gloves. Actually, it's kind of a coordinated look, to be honest with you. I don't hate it. I think it kind of has sparkles on the gloves, though. Maybe I'm not a big fan of that. That's inside from Santiago. But it's a kind of a coordinated look. Hopefully the ball didn't hit his pink shoes. That would be tragic. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed the high fastball. That one right back at 93. Santiago continues his impressive run so far this summer with 2 outs. That will bring up the right fielder Carlos Garcia, also, as we said, out of Los Madonnas College. Carlos comes to us from Los Madonnas by way of Concord, so hometown boy on the Zephyrs. He's a right-handed hitter, big kid, stepping in there against Santiago. Justin, 6'2" and 200. He's out of Laverne, California. And he squares off against Garcia, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. That went a little under 90 at 89 miles an hour. Brendan Lister, the cleanup man in the on-deck circle. 0-1 on Garcia. That looks good, and it is. So quickly ahead, 0-2, Santiago. Not wasting too many pitches in this inning. Garcia steps back out. He's wearing number 21. Dark jerseys, gray pants for the visitors. He lines a little blooper into right field. That's a base hit. That was off of the off-speed pitch. And he puts the bat out and pokes it into right field. Good piece of hitting for Carlos Garcia. First hit of the ball game goes to the Zephyrs, and will bring up Brendan Lister, the first baseman. Lister from Antioch, the 4th straight Los Madonnas product on the Zephyrs roster. Santiago's fastball had a little bit behind that one, and right down the middle for a strike. Got ahead of Garcia, but came in with a breaking ball, which was just at 83, wasn't that far away from the speed of his fastball, and to his credit, Garcia stayed with it, lifted it into right field for the first hit of the ball game. Seen a lot of course, predictably, a lot of hot dogs have been sold already on Wine and Wiener Wednesday. That's it down the first base line and foul. That one in on the hands of Lister. Not a lot of people, Riley, with hot dogs that are carrying a glass of wine, though. You don't see that. Maybe that's a 2-part thing. The wine bar's down the right field line, and the Fat Cat is down the left field line. So it is a difficult thing. I'd send one member down the left side to get the dogs, one member on the right side to get the, because the wine bar's down there, along with the, of course, Brick and Barrel Backyard Barbecue Bar. Breaking ball, call strike 3. Good inning for Santiago, gives up a hit, strikes out 3. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Zephyrs nothing. Potters coming to bat.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Bottom of inning number 1 from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer, and we will watch Jordy Lopez stride up to the plate against the right-hander Dylan Brown out of Napa Valley College. The right-hander will face Jordy Lopez, then Perrin Bland and Chaz McNellis, the first 3 in the Potters order. Lopez takes the strike. Jordy at .631, 12 for 19 with 6 runs batted in on the season. Quincy Marlboro hitting 4th, then Ethan Johnson and Brady Dobson 5 and 6. Tristan Russell in the 7th spot, Carson Moore 8. And as Lopez takes strike 2, Mays Matson, the newcomer, in center field is batting 9th. Of course, Justin Santiago struck out 3 in the top of the first inning, allowed 1 base hit. That was to Carlos Garcia. Quickly 0-2 on Jordy Lopez. Watches that one outside. Brown right around 81 miles an hour on that last pitch. Lopez out of Elk Grove, California. Takes inside, been tearing it up so far. 12 for 19 with 6 runs batted in. His dad came by to say hi the other day. I think his name was Joe. Very nice fellow. Outside, 3-2. So Lopez works it to a full count and swings and misses. So Brown gets the strikeout. A lot of strikeouts in this ball game so far, and Perrin Bland will be the hitter. We'll take a look defensively at the Concord Zephyrs. In left field, Morgan Tran, Nate Lidicott in center, Carlos Garcia in right. Raul Ramos is the third baseman. Jaron Barajas is at shortstop. Brendan Pops at second, and Brendan Lister at first. Aaron Del Rio behind the plate, and Dylan Brown on the mound. First pitch is in there for a strike to Bland, who's hitting .560, 14 for 25 with 2 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Chopper foul behind the plate, so quickly 0-2 on the Potters' number 2 hitter. And 2 on Bland. Out of Meridian, Mississippi. Look out, that's over the top of his head. Was thinking about his dad yesterday. I mean, it's election day. Or election day was yesterday here in California. And the mayor of Meridian, I don't think he was up for re-election. But, thinking about my politician friends on election day. Wishing the mayor all the best. He and the missus. Back in Meridian. Bland chops that one foul. And an off-speed pitch, and he just took a cut at it. Aaron Del Rio behind the plate for the Concord Zephyrs. Chaz McNellis, the newcomer out of Las Vegas, Nevada. On deck. Bland takes outside. Del Rio tried to move that one back in, but the umpire was kind of hip to that game, and he calls it outside. Evens it up at 2-2 on Percy Bland, the fourth. Called Perrin, and his dad said we could call him P, so that's what we've been doing. So, 2-2. Look out, he fouls that one off, and the bat goes flying. The second farthest bat throw we've seen so far this summer. Riley, you would have loved that game. I think it was maybe 2 games ago when the guy did that twice in a row, 2 consecutive pitches. That far? Yeah, absolutely. That was our farthest. This was second. And that, like I said, that guy did it twice in a row. And even the umpire was like, here, take this stick of stuff and put it on, because I don't want to see that bat flying. The second time, the on-deck hitter had to do a little duck over there. He did not care for that. So Perrin puts a little more stuff on the handle, and we're ready to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun obviously still a factor. Left field, shortstop, third base. A little bit even in center field, I think. Bland takes call, strike 3. So a bunch of strikeouts so far. That one called on Perrin Bland. 2 outs here in the inning. Brown up to 88 on that fastball. So a very good pitch by Dylan Brown and Chaz McNellis out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He was at Arizona. I believe he is in the portal now, making his first appearance as a Potter. Left-handed hitter, DHing tonight. And he is ready to step in there and take down low to from Dylan Brown. We're in number 23. Potters with the dark jerseys, white pants, dark socks. Very good look. Red numbers. Very classy. Very good. That one is a strike. I mean, we're not University of Oregon, but there's some pretty good uniforms the Potters are throwing out this summer. Kudos to the uniform ordering people or designing people. I know we have so many different parts of the company. McNellis swings and misses. Brown took something off that one at 81. He has been very impressive through 2 batters here and through 2/3 of the at-bat to Chaz McNellis. Chopper out towards second base. That's Pops. Runs halfway to first, throws him out. McNellis is retired. 1-2-3 for Dylan Brown. We go to the second. Potters nothing, and the Zephyrs nothing.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Starting off in the top of the second inning from McBean, it's going to be Noah Peterson, number 23, out of the College of Marin. He will be the first hitter, the designated hitter, then Jaron Barajas and Aaron Del Rio to follow him. Left-handed hitter against Santiago. Delivers the fastball and delivers it in there for a strike at 91 from Justin. Two impressive innings from two pitchers. To start off, that means there's a special somewhere on some item, probably in aisle 4. And it is, I was calling it a strike already, but it's not. It's a ball, and the umpire said so, so I have to go with that. 1 ball and 1 strike on Noah Peterson. Zephyrs in the Bay Area Collegiate League. Swung on and fouled. We've already played the South Bay Storm and the Chico Lone Wolves from that league. Includes also the Stockton Pearls, the Bay Area Marauders, and 2 teams we will be playing. Next Tuesday will be the South Placer Stonecutters, and then at the end of June, a 2-game set against the California Tigers. So a lot of familiarity with the BACL for the Potters this season. They already played 4 games against teams from that conference, and we'll do 3 more after tonight. That is outside. One ball and 2 strikes. Riley, the engineer, back in action today. Working the kinks out. Swung on and missed. Beautiful breaking pitch by Santiago. That is his 4th strikeout, and we'll bring up Jaron Barajas, the shortstop. Another Los Madonnas College product, and he is from Pittsburgh, California. Jaron steps in here with 1 out and nobody on in the second. He fouls off the first pitch. Took something off that at 87 for Justin Santiago. 0-1 on Barajas. Friday night, big night, country night, and I am told by Willie, who saw it on some schedule or something, that there will be a mechanical bull out here. That sounds pretty cool, really. So on country night, and then our own country night will commence on the 13th of June when we have Pat Still, the recently retired Hall of Fame broadcaster from KNCI. He'll be out here doing the game with me as he has for 3 or 4 years. Check swing, and it is in there for a strike. So that'll be another country. I got a lot of country nights coming up. Also, Tom Maley, his old partner, will be out here later in the month. Although, he's a fishing guide, so if he gets a last-minute run on Grunion or something, you never know. 1-2 on Jaron Barajas. Chops that in the third. That's going to be a tough play for Russell. He had to wait for it to get down. Guns it across the diamond off the glove at first base. I think he would have been safe anyway, and it will be an infield hit for Barajas. And that one, he just bounced that one so high, Russell had to fight the sun to get it. And all he had left when the ball came down was just try to whip it across, which he did. Dobson, with the stretch, couldn't bring it in. I believe he would have been safe at first anyway. Tough play, base hit, and then here's Aaron Del Rio. So Del Rio, a catcher. He's from Pittsburgh as well, but he's from Cosumnes River College. So Del Rio steps in, number 13. Runner at first base and 1 out here in the inning. Raul Ramos Third baseman waits on deck. 1-0 pitch in there, strike one. On the inside corner at 91, where Justin has been living pretty consistently through the first inning or so, between 89 and 93. Pretty decent lead by Barras at first. He's not going. The pitch is right down the middle. 1-2. Del Rio, then Ramos, and Brendan Pops. There goes the runner. The 1-2 pitch is outside, and Johnson can't get it out of his glove. It'll be a stolen base. Jumped up ready to throw and then just couldn't get the ball out of the web. And no, Riley, it's not the web like Spider-Man has. It's the web of the glove. I know you. If he shoots webs out of his wrist, you won't be able to get the ball out of that. But that's not what happened. Although it's an interesting idea. You really could. You could shoot the web and grab the runner, slow him down. 2-2 coming up. Check swing. I thought he might have gone, but umpires, nah, I don't think so. And his opinion mattering far more than mine in this instance, and probably in most instances. 3-2. Look at second, ready for the 3-2. Here comes Justin's pitch. Swing and a miss. Back up to 92 on that one, and that is strikeout number 5, but Barajas still in scoring position, and here's Raul Ramos. And he is at the honor, dubious honor of being the Dueling Dogs batter tonight, so if he strikes out, it's half off Dueling Dogs down at the good place to get a beer bar down the first base line, a.k.a. Brick and Barrel Backyard. So a lot at stake here besides just the runner at second base. Raul takes a ball. He comes to us from Clayton, California, and Contra Costa College. I think they might be the Comets. I don't know. I seem to remember that sometime in the far distant past. But he's got a 1-ball, no strike count here. Barajas at second base. Moore trying to keep him close. That's chopped slowly out to Bland at shortstop. P takes the shot to first and gets him by a step. So, no strikeout, but the third out. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Zephyrs nothing, Potters nothing.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Bottom of inning number 2, it's Quincy Malbrough, then Ethan Johnson, Brady Dobson against Dylan Brown, the right-hander, was very impressive in the first inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground out, and we saw the Piper's second inning race around the bases. Of course, he came in last, but Riley, your dad would have hated that race because all 4 of the top 4 finishers were Dodgers. They were wearing Dodger jerseys from some youth squad or another, and yeah, Stones would not have been. I hope he wasn't watching. I hope he went to the refrigerator to get himself a refreshment and missed that one, because that would have really hurt his heart. Strike 1 in there. It grounded out to second base. That is Pops. Picks it up and over to first. Malbrough is retired. Quincy is the first out here in the second, and Ethan Johnson, the catcher, will be the hitter. Ethan hitting at .278 on the summer with a home run to his credit. He comes to us from San Jose, California, University of Missouri. Big left-handed hitter. Steps up here against a very impressive Dylan Brown. Hits that ball out to Pops at second base. Bounces off. He picks it up, throws to first, and gets him at first base. Johnson stayed with it, but so did Pops, and he got him by a whisker down there. And 2 quick outs here. And Brady Dobson, who's sitting at a 500 clip for the Potters in just a couple of games. Brady out of Stockton, California, Lincoln High of Stockton, and Cal State Fullerton. And the Potters need somebody offensively to give them a little spark here against Brown. They're hoping it can be Brady Dobson. And he takes the first pitch just a little bit too high. He's followed by Tristan Russell. Riley will begin to get the groove because he's got his pepperoni pizza. I was trying to tell your dad about your theory, your philosophy of cheese above the pepperoni or below the pepperoni, but I couldn't remember which one you liked better. So you had a philosophy. You used to have it cheese underneath, and then you decided you didn't like it, so then you put the pepperoni underneath and had the cheese on top. I don't know, Riley. It was your brain. I don't know. Dobson takes a ball. 3-0. You don't remember that at all? Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, I wish I could turn back time, as Cher would say. 3-0, but she'd do it on the deck of a battleship. There's a strike. 3-1. Brady Dobson, the first baseman, in a game which has seen a bunch of strikeouts and now a bunch of grounders to second base. 3 in a row for the Potters. Dobson takes outside, and he is the first Potter base runner via the base on balls. First one issued by Dylan Brown, and that will bring up Tristan Russell. Tristan is 5 for 13, which equates out to 385. Has a pair of runs batted in as well. He is out of Cypress, Texas. And in the portal, I believe, we're in number 11. Playing third base. Carson Moore will follow him with Dobson at first base. Outfield straight away and pretty deep with Tristan, who watches that one outside. Brown just missing with the fastball at 88. Was his top speed so far. Dylan from Napa Valley College. A plethora of community college players on this Concord Zephyr team. Tristan takes that one. It's in there for a strike. Took something off that one. Yeah, down to 81. And didn't look like Russell was ready for the change in speeds. So he kind of watched that one come in. Evens it up at 1-1 on Tristan. A returning player from last year. He had a tremendous season. It was a tremendous addition to the Lincoln Potters. Takes that one down low. Family came out. They were a tremendous addition to the Lincoln Potters. Just tremendous. 2-1. Tomorrow's an off day. Then Friday is Country Friday, Country Day here. Saturday is Mexican Heritage Night, which is going to be a tremendous time. Russell takes high and outside. Get some fancy jerseys, I think, for that one. I think we have one of those on the wall behind us. Yep. Los Pavarales de Lincoln. So, yeah, that'll be good. Got a little timeout called as the ball. Here comes, I think we're going to have Jackson Norton come on for Brady Dobson. It looks like Norton takes over for Dobson. So Norton, see if he'll be at first base. We're going to have to do some moving around for the Potters, but Jackson Norton comes on for Dobson. I hope Brady is okay. But the Potters are making that change. And here's Russell. Tristan's run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Popped up left side. Might stay in play. Catcher moving over Del Rio, but he will not make the play as it's up on the tarp. And it is going to be a full count here on Tristan Russell, and that will mean Jackson Norton can take off on the pitch. Three-two pitch, slice foul into the screen. So we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tristan Russell, with Carson Moore hoping to get a chance here in the bottom of inning number 2. The Potters with their early base runner, a base on balls to Brady Dobson. Then he's replaced on the bags by Jackson Norton. And Russell up here with another 3-2 count. Outfield slightly into left field. Left center is Lidicott in center field. That one's fouled out of play to the left again. Jackson Norton says, you brought me off the bench to pitch run on. Now I'm just running down to second base, stopping and coming back. It's not a great existence. But we'll try it again. He's being held on over there by Brendan Lister. It's hit sharply right at the second baseman. I think it hit the runner. So Russell will get credit for a base hit, but the out is recorded. And after 2, it's Potters nothing, Zephyrs nothing.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us.
Top of the 3rd inning from McBean Stadium. It is the Lincoln Potters and the Concord Zephyrs. It'll be Brendan Popson, Nate Lidicott, and Morgan Tran, the first 3 against Justin Santiago. And yes, it is the guest inning. And yes, I did find a guest. It is actually one of our oldest, I'm not going to say friends, acquaintances here from McBean Stadium. I have to get clarification from him. I think it was the second year of the Potters or maybe the third. We met this guy for the first time, and he was just a lowly intern then. Jordan Georgeson from Gold Country Media, journalist, photojournalist, all-around award-winning guy. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you, Phantom. It's great to be back, and I think it was the second or third year. I was telling my wife the other day, you know, when I started here as an intern, I felt like an outsider that hasn't been here that long, and now I've been here for the majority of the seasons of the return of the Potters.
Well, that's a perfect thing to do because you say that you started here as an intern, and now we do that thing they do on TV in the montages, and you're all of a sudden you're a writer, all of a sudden you're married, and then you got one kid, then you got two kids, and now it's what, 7 years later or 8 years later. Life looks a little different for Jordan Georgeson right now.
It really does. I think I owe it all to the Potters, which means actually they have to pay me child support. I think we'll talk to General Manager Matt Lundgren about that. But
good luck.
You know, we'll get that all figured out. That's for the lawyers. That's for people smarter than we are.
Good luck getting a dime out of that guy. I'll tell you that right now. But it's seriously though, you were in the. I guess your job was the same as any intern when you got here, right? You're just interning stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. It's, I got to do a lot of the journalism side. I started doing some scorekeeping, writing game recaps. It's where I really learned to do interviews with players and kind of learn what works and what didn't work. But then I still had to do the grunt work, these stairs or these seats that were kind of bolted in when we, I think 2-3 years ago, they weren't there. We had to set up those chairs by hand, write in the game notes, the stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's all rewarding stuff. And what I love about the internship is you get to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You got to see what you like, what you don't like, and that's what led me to getting hired by the newspaper and kind of helped me get backdoored in with them because I started doing Potters recaps, and here I am now a couple years later and still doing what I love, getting paid to watch baseball. I can't complain.
Yeah, Brendan Pops gets to walk to start off the third inning. When you started as an intern, I know it was a couple of years ago. Did you have any idea that I want to do something in sports? Or, you were just out here, I'm just going to do whatever they tell me to do? Or did you go, I kind of want to maybe do something with writing? Did you have any inclination about that?
I knew I wanted to work in sports. I knew I wanted to do sports journalism of some capacity. I really wanted to go into radio and kind of broadcasting that angle. And it just worked out that Nick Pecoraro, who used to work with Gold Country Media, is now with Max Preps. He had left Gold Country at the time I was an intern, and around July they needed someone to do Potters recaps to fill the paper for the sports page. So they asked me if I would kind of do some Potters recaps for them. And then summer ended, and they were like, hey, do you want a job being our sports reporter? And the rest was history from there, and now I got to cover everything from high school football to, literally you name it. We get ultra marathons, you're applying for credentials for the X Games this summer, just whatever they're throwing my way, I'm trying to do.
It's actually really, really fantastic. And you started out, like you said, as a writer, and then you become a really good photographer, I guess, photojournalist, whatever it is. But, man, your pictures are really, really great. And it's a really good example of somebody who's just kind of filling the space. It's like they needed this, and that's what I did. It's better for me as a writer if I can do the pictures and stuff. They need that, and that's what you did. And you've really done a great job at it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually failed every photography class I've ever taken. And, when they handed me a camera and told me to figure it out, it was a little more pressure and made me kind of learn it quick.
Well, let's talk for a minute about you had a unique perspective in the beginning, and you've kind of followed the Potters through the last, let's just say, 7-8 years, from an intern to a reporter to fan and everything. Tell me some of the things that really stand out as you look back on your almost decade with the Potters.
Really, I think you can't find a better environment than this. I was telling a couple of people, we were just on vacation last week to San Luis Obispo area. I went and checked out a Slow Blues game, which former CCL colleague with the Potters.
Right.
Good environment there, but just nothing beats Lincoln. And we're in a unique situation right now in Sacramento where you have the A's 30 minutes away, Rivercats 30 minutes away. You have an independent pro team 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
I still say this might be the best bang for your buck in terms of what you're paying, the quality of play on the field, the food, the drinks, the fans, the environment. I think this can't be beaten. I think this is kind of what just makes, this country great, and just everything about this community great is you can just sit here and pay $5 to come in and watch a baseball game with some quality players. A couple guys you're probably going to see go on to the minors and the big leagues.
Yeah.
And we've seen some great games here. We've seen some ugly games here. And I think one of the coolest things now is I've been doing this long enough that a lot of these kids on this year's Potters teams are kids that I covered not only in high school, but I remember seeing a few of these names doing like Little League All-Stars when I first started with the paper. And now seeing them come up to play for the Potters, it's just really cool to see all this kind of come to fruition, come full circle.
That is inside. We have Popes down on third base, and Lidico now with a 3-ball, 2-strikeout. I think what's impressive as you talk about it is the talent has improved incrementally over the year, and the experience has improved. They've improved stuff every year as they improve the players, the skill of the players. They've also improved the experience of going to the ballpark.
They really have. They're adding something every year, whether it's a new promotion. They're still raising up for this new scoreboard, but hey, the scoreboard's been working so far.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, the fixated seats. I mean, just all of it. It looks like they extended the dugout, adding the beer garden, just some type of way to improve it every year. Now, I've had a few ideas. They personally don't like it. I feel like we maybe need pyrotechnics for base hits.
I agree.
But apparently that's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Of course, the petting zoo in left field.
Reasons.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't like my idea of an ostrich petting zoo, but apparently that's, neither
it would
here
take some
nor there.
getting used to, but I can see it happening.
I mean, I just see zero ways it could go wrong. Alcohol, ostriches. I mean, what could possibly not
That's
work
great
there?
planning right there. You're one of those, clairvoyant kind of guys. You're just like a pioneer.
Yeah,
You just see
they
things
call me
others
the
don't.
innovator of
Yes,
the Potters.
you're
I call me that.
You're very innovative. Morgan Tran, the hitter, 1 out here in the inning. Swings and misses. We've got Pops down to third. Lidicote took a call, third strike. That is the third. 6 strikeouts already for Santiago. Now, I don't know if you were here the last time that Justin pitched. What do you think of Justin Santiago so far?
I mean, he's been impressive so far and, working his way out of some jams. I know he's kind of in a little bit of one right here, but that's what summer ball's kind of about, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And really an impressive arm. And the Potters' arms in general have been impressive so far this season.
I want to talk to you on the bottom of the inning. We'll talk about a couple of articles that you've done about the Potters, a couple of new guys on the Potters. And what great thing is 2 of them are playing tonight. But talk a little bit about, because you're so tuned into the high school thing, talk a little bit about what Eli Garcia has done. A 2-time back-to-back player section champion and a back-to-back manager section champion. There can't be that many people that have done that. It's amazing.
I mean, I'd have to look. He might be one of the first to do that, if not the first to do that. What he's done with that Roseville baseball program has been tremendous. I mean, right now he's got 2 Division I commits on the mound for them.
Yeah.
Tyler Ritter, a UC Davis commit, and then Ethan Gustus, a Vanderbilt commit. And when you see a Davis and Vanderbilt guy, you think the Vandy guy's your ace, but the Davis kid is the ace right now. Ritter has been tremendous for them. I think just what he's done with that baseball program in general has been fantastic. First season there, they missed the playoffs despite going, I want to say it was like 18-11.
Right.
And then he responds to that with a NorCal title and a section title. And then they win a section title again this year in the NorCal semis again. Just watching him, too, is maturing from when he was a player to where he's at now as a coach, both with the Potters and with Roseville, has been fun to see and impressive to see. And you don't see a lot of players kind of have that perspective. But I think being a younger coach, it helps him relate to the guys a little more, too.
2 outs, Garcia coming to the plate. Yeah, you mentioned what he's done at Roseville, and I talked to him. You and I have done we did some Placer football together, and one of the things we talked to other coaches about is trying to build programs up that have kind of sunk down a little bit and how tough that is and what you have to do and involve in the community. And I think Eli ran into a little bit of that with Roseville, and what he said was he really reached into the past, the Roseville past, and brought the alums and brought them back into the program.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, with 100 years of history at a school like that, you're going to have a lot of alums that can give back, that want to give back. That school's proud with their tradition. I mean, you go into that gym and you still see the 1980 basketball team with the backboard signed, and one of the guys signing it is Robbie Bosco, the Heisman, I believe it was runner-up
BYU,
1 year. And, you see Teddy Bruschi's name plastered over at Colton Miller. So, and I mean, none of those are baseball guys, but when you have a school rooted in tradition like that cares about the legacy there, you're going to find some of those alums that want to come back and want to give back to Roseville. And when you're winning, it makes it a lot easier to give back to those programs too.
Yeah, it's really fun talking to Eli. I don't know if you've talked to him for a story recently, but he is just so committed to success. And when his team, there's a strikeout for Santiago. He got the runner at third and came back and struck out all 3 batters. Again, here in the top of the third, we'll keep Jordan around for another half inning. Go to the bottom of inning number 3. Still no score.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Back to McBean Stadium, bottom of inning number 3 as Justin Santiago pitches out of a jam with a runner at third base. He gets a bunch of strikeouts to get himself out of it. And Carson Moore, who's been very impressive, 7 for 15 on the season with a home run, will lead us off here in the third inning. And Dylan Brown has been very impressive too. Jordan Georgian's still with us, and we'll get to him, especially this next batter. Mays Madsen is on deck. He will be making his debut for the Potters as Moore takes inside for a ball. So Jordan, recently, or I guess it was a week or two ago now, you wrote an article in the for Gold Country Media with Mays Madsen and also another guy. I forget what the other guy. You had 2 guys in your article, and so talk to a little bit about Mays.
Mays is an incoming player that's got a long athletic line. His older brother Maddox is a starting quarterback at Boise State. Great football program out there. He comes from a long baseball line of just great athletes. His dad was a coach at college and then his high school coach. A lot of pressure, I think, being an athletic family like that. But
yeah.
At the same time, iron sharpens iron. And because he's one of the younger brothers, it probably made him a better athlete because you're almost fighting guys older than you that are also Division I athletes.
Moore with a single off the glove of Pops at second base. And so here's Mays Madsen, and he comes to us, Madsen does, from St. George, Utah Tech University, same school as Cooper Smith. So, yeah, I think Landon Edmonds was the other guy in the article.
Yep.
So Madsen, he's making his appearance. Landon Edmonds started out a little slow. He had a big game last week, so he's starting to really get his feet wet a little bit too.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Talk more about Mays Madsen, though.
Yeah, Mays is one of these players I'm really excited to watch because he was a freshman at Utah Tech this last season, and when you're an incoming true freshman, really, especially in today's college landscape, it's hard to crack into the lineup. So the fact that he got any at-bats his freshman year is already impressive. But when you get those guys that kind of cracked into the lineup a little bit as the season went on, but still maybe didn't play as much as they're used to, I think when you get those guys, you almost get the best version of them because they're hungry to come out this summer and prove what they can do. Some of them, too, I don't know if that's the case for Mays Madsen, but sometimes you get those guys that might be hitting the portal, too, later in the summer, and this is almost a tryout or audition for them. They're getting more at-bats. And it's also a learning experience for them. He probably hasn't played 6 games in 7 days like you do in summer ball in a long time. So getting to get that experience is huge. I mean, he's already seen some summer ball type pitching because he told me he played for the Utah Marshals.
Okay.
A team that we've been familiar with
a couple
last
years
summer.
ago. Yeah.
So, and we saw how good that program is.
Right.
So I think he's ready for this occasion. I'm really excited to see what he can do this summer.
Brendan Pops went over to get his sunglasses as that pitch is outside. The throw down to second base will not be in time. And Moore has himself a stolen base. Yeah, you mentioned it. The true freshman playing in college, especially baseball, with all the changes and still lingering COVID and still changes in eligibility, it's a real rarity to be a true freshman and try to get on the field for a big college like he did.
Yeah, especially playing in the conference that Utah Tech is in. I mean, you're seeing quality competition out there. Utah Tech itself has been a good baseball school. They used to be Dixie State. They used to be a Division II powerhouse, moving up to Division I. So it's really cool to see, these players kind of get this opportunity here because you really kind of learn what they're made of pretty quickly with these opportunities. And, seeing him come in maybe in game situations where, he's been in with runners on second base and nobody out, but it's not 0-0 in the third inning when he's in. Sometimes in college, maybe he's in, it's 8-0.
Yeah, it's later in the game.
There's a little less pressure. So kind of seeing how they handle that pressure, how they handle some of this pitching, how they handle getting multiple ABs in a game, see what adjustments they make. This is a huge summer for a guy like Mays Madsen.
Absolutely. He chops that one out toward Pops, and he is over to first for his seemingly 300th assist of the game, as moving to third is Carson Moore.
And Carson Moore is another interesting case, too. That's a kid that local guy helped lead Del Oro to their first section title in 34 years last year. Went on to San Diego State. Cool to see a guy like him coming back home, too. And got to imagine a lot of guys like that came to Lincoln probably growing up, going to Potter games and getting to put on the uniform. It's got to be a cool feeling for them.
And they just want to get – you just want to get reps. You just want to get at bats. And that's what makes it, on the other side, as that's popped up by Lopez, the shortstop is Barajas. He will make the catch right in the sun. That's a big out right there for Dylan Brown to get Jordy Lopez to pop out for the second out and brings up Perrin Bland. It makes it even more difficult. You were talking about Eli Garcia and how he's grown as a coach, high school and for the Potters. But you've got a lot of guys, like let's just take a Madsen. You've got guys who need constant at bats. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to improve. But he has a whole team of those guys. So he has to mix and match, and it's really a tough thing to try to keep everybody engaged and also let everybody get the consistency, the continuity you need to try to develop.
And especially at this time of the year, right? Because we're still maybe a week into the season, maybe 10 days in. You're still getting guys that are coming in. You still have guys playing in the NCAA tournament. So you got to kind of learn these guys' personalities on the fly. You got to learn, hey, does this kid maybe have an ego a little bit? Does this kid have a chip on his shoulder? Is this kid kind of quiet? And learn how to manage these personalities as you're kind of getting to know these kids in general. A coach like Eli, too, I talked to him. And he said a lot of it, he wants to get to know the players, too. So you want to know what's going on in these kids' lives.
Right.
How are things back home? Do you have an off and on again thing with your girlfriend that can mess
Hey,
with how you play every game?
We don't need to talk
about
that.
Little things like that
We don't
that
need
just
to talk about that
impact
stuff.
how you're playing. And, it's a tough challenge for a coach, especially a young coach. But I think because he's a young coach, it gives him maybe a little easier of a way to do it because, as you know, Eli's not that far removed from being a Potter himself, and he's dealt with this, and he's been with this game in, game out, and he knows what it's like to grind like this as a player and as a coach.
There's a sharp ground ball into left field. We got our first run of the game. Perrin Bland drives in Carson Moore, and the Potters on the board with their third hit, and Bland with his 13th run batted in. So Justin Santiago said the same thing when he was up here a couple of days ago. The fact that Eli is close to the age of some of these players, and it's even closer these days, really has helped them, I think, perspective. And it just makes the kids, I think, listen more. And just right off the bat, they're going to listen more.
I agree. I mean, even when I played sports, I remember you always kind of connected with the younger coaches better because they weren't that far removed from where you were.
Right.
And it's easier to listen to someone that his walk the walk that you're walking. And
recently,
especially recently. And, especially with a game like baseball where everything's evolving so quickly.
Oh, man.
And, having a guy like that stayed on top of things, too, I think that's huge. And I think what's been the most impressive is how many times have we seen Potter games where we're playing the Humboldt Crabs or the Alaska Gold Panthers or the Plume Packers, and all of a sudden a guy comes up and you're like, this kid's from Roseville, this kid's from Loomis. And now you look at this Potters roster, it's not only littered with Division I talent, but it's littered with local Division I talent. Some of these top guys are staying home to play here.
And to your point, a Carson Moore who goes away to college gets probably some more opportunities, some more avenues he could explore, but he comes back and plays here. That's a huge deal.
And I think the biggest thing, too, is when you get those hometown guys.
Bland takes off and steals second base.
The kids growing up are coming here, seeing the hometown guys, too. And when those kids are going on to play in college, that's how you build a culture where these kids want to now come back and play just like the guys that they're watching. And, I think that's how you just almost start turning a summer ball program into a well-oiled machine. And, I know the Plume Packers have been the gold standard of this league, and that's kind of what they've been doing there. So to see Eli emulate that is huge.
McNella strikes out, and that'll end the inning. Potters score 1 on a couple of hits. We go to the fourth. It is 1-0 Potters. Jordan Georgeson, thanks a lot, buddy. It's always great to see you, and you're always welcome up here in the booth.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and thanks for having me in the No Brock Zone.
There you go. Jordan Georgeson, our guest. We're back in the top of the fourth right for this.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business. So let's celebrate what makes Lincoln special together.
Back in the top of the fourth, McBean Stadium, Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer. Thanks to Jordan Georgeson. Always great to see him as he stops by. A Potter's intern in the second year, and now a journalist and a photojournalist and award-winning. It's just great to see what he's done, and he's got the family and everything, and it's looking great for Jordan. We thank him for stopping by with his unique perspective as he's covered or interviewed most of these guys, it seems like. It is Brendan Lister starting off in the fourth inning as Santiago escaped from a runner on third, no-out situations with 3 strikeouts back in the top of the third, so he is now in the lead, and here is Lister, who hits it out towards shortstop. Bland comes in on the run, flings it across the diamond, and out at first is Lister for the first out of the inning, and will bring up the designated hitter, Noah Peterson. And I think, Riley, I can say this now. We are very impressed by the Concord Zephyrs. They look like a really good team. They have a great organization. We have a printed-out roster. We had a printed-out lineup card many minutes before the game started. So what a professional organization. So now I can give you my problem, which is that the Zephyrs is a great name, okay? I like that name as a name for a team. A Zephyr is a wind, right? That's what a Zephyr is. And it is named after Zephyrus, who's the Greek god of the west wind. So you've got some great opportunities for a logo there. You got Greek gods, you got wind and everything, and their mascot is like a hyped-up beaver that looks like he's had some problems, I mean, maybe we'd do after-school special on him or something. He looks like he's been through some tough times. Now, Jordan, who we just had on our as our guest, did a tremendous job. He says this is the same as the New Orleans Zephyrs. There used to be a team, New Orleans Zephyrs, and this is the same mascot they had. So maybe Concord just took the same mascot and just imported it and used it as theirs for the logo. But I think they need to come up with their own logo because you got a good team, a good organization. You need a good logo. Now, I will start a logo designing, a mascot and logo designing or naming company if I need to. And I know do you have any drawing skills you can lend to the company? If you know somebody, let me know, because I'm going to open up this mascot naming or logo defining company where if you need a mascot, I'll give you help finding the right mascot, or if you need a logo, I'll do the same. Peterson swings and misses. That ball goes all the way back to the backstop, and he's going to reach base at first as he gets down there. It is a strikeout. I think it's going to probably be a wild pitch. Santiago will get credit for his 9th strikeout, but Peterson still will be at first base with 1 out and bring up Jaron Barajas. So that's what I'm saying, because I'm very disappointed in a very good organization with I'm going to say subpar logo is what I'm saying. So I need a little Zephyr again. It could be the West Wind, it could be like a Greek god, striking fear into people. I don't know. We'll get into some meetings and we'll talk it over. We'll brainstorm it. But still, I think it needs to be done, because that's in there for a strike. That's the last, I think, piece of the Zephyr puzzle here. They've got a good team. They've got obviously a well run. They've got printed rosters with hometowns and everything. I was just ecstatic over that. And then they hand in a lineup card well ahead of the first pitch, with typed and everything. A little small, but that's okay. That one is down in the dirt. Barajas singled his first time up. A grounder down to third base, which popped up in the air. Russell had to wait for it to come down, and Tristan's throw just couldn't get him at first base. So Jaron is 1 for 1 in this one. He's got Peterson at first. And 1 out here in the 4th. Potters lead at 1-0. That is just a little low again. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one down at 86 for Justin Santiago. Pitched 4 innings in his first outing. He's in his 4th inning now. He had 5 strikeouts and 2 walks back on the 27th. He has 9 strikeouts and 1 walk here today. The Zephyrs are warming up a pitcher down there, a right-hander in their bullpen. Ball got out of there, causing a momentary delay here as the Potters looking to turn 2 here with 1 out in the 4th. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Jaron Barajas. Peterson short lead at first. The next pitch is in there for a strike. And Santiago at 88. Took a little bit off that one. Caught that inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Riley is still a little bit disappointed that it's Wine and Wiener Wednesday, and he doesn't see a lot of people with the wieners and carrying a glass of wine. But again, Riley, as we talked about before, different sides of the park, the 2 places. That one just misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So you're not going to get that kind of synchronicity, if you will, synchronization. You're going to have to do one or the other. Again, if you're a couple, you send one person to the left side to Fat Cat and the other person down to the wine bar. That's easy. Call strike 3. Tenth strikeout for Santiago. It brings up Aaron Del Rio. Del Rio, the catcher today for the Concord Zephyrs. He has Peterson out at first base. Out of Consumnes River College in Pittsburgh, California. It's always nice when you see a fan with the same T-shirt you have on. That swung on and missed. That guy wears it a lot better than I do, though, which isn't a shock. No surprise there. I don't have a great. I would not be a good catalog model, clothes. Yeah, you're right, Riley. You would not be either. You and I both. Inside corner, call strike 2. They are not telling us. I don't even know if they have. Do they still have Sears catalog? I don't think they have catalogs anymore. They used to have catalog models who would, model all the stuff in the catalog. I don't think they have that anymore. If they do, you and I are not going to be it. That's outside. And nice job blocking that one by Ethan Johnson. And I think he paid the price for it as they shaking the hand off. See, okay, I was going to say there's some wine, but no, they're just going down to the good place to get a beer bar down there. With those new Potter cups, which are very nice. Very, very nice. Reusable Potter cups. They handle any kind of liquid. Any kind of liquid. So, yeah, I don't think that model is I know you're looking, for gainful employment. I don't think modeling agencies should be on your list. Again, it wouldn't be on mine either. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Zephyrs catcher. Swings and misses, he got him. Santiago strikes out 3 and then gets a ground out, so a pretty good inning. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 4. Potters on top 1-0.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local.
Bottom of inning number 4, it is 1-0 Potters. It is Quincy Malbrough, Ethan Johnson, and Jackson Norton, the first 3 hitters. So here's Quincy Malbrough, who is 5 for 12 on the season. He grounded to second back in the second inning. That was against Dylan Brown. Brown, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He struck out 3 and walked 1. So pretty impressive outing by Dylan Brown. And now Devin Carmignani out of Los Medanos College will come on. 1-0 to Quincy. Outside, 2-0. Right at 87, Quincy out of Loomis, California, and Purdue University. Starting us off here in the bottom of inning number 4, the sun, not quite as much of a almost non-factor, although left field still has the sun in the eyes. That's Tran out there. Swinging a miss at the high fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Good looking pitch. Two and 2 now. Malbrough hits it sharply down past the third baseman in left field for a base hit. Tran comes over, cuts it off, and Quincy will go back with a solid single to left field. Nice stride down there by Ramos, but nothing much he could do on that one, as that was a shot down the line. And he'll bring up Ethan Johnson. Johnson out of San Jose, California, grounded to second his first time. That was against Dylan Brown. Johnson takes outside on the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Lead at first by Marlboro, not going. That's sliced out of play by Johnson. Looks like Max McTeague has taken over behind the plate for Aaron Del Real. So Max McTeague is your new catcher, wearing number 33 out of Ohlone College. Johnson takes the fastball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Left-handed hitter Ethan Johnson. He does have a home run on the summer. Pops that one up left side, giving chase over there is Ramos. And he'll make the catch over by the dugout of the Zephyrs. So Johnson fouls out to the third baseman for the first out, and for the first time today we'll get to see Jackson Norton, who came on to run for Brady Dobson back in the second. According to Luke Stallwalker, Brady injured himself slightly over the weekend, maybe on Sunday, and must have re-aggravated it when he went down to first base, or when he was, getting a lead off first or a quick shot off first. And so there goes the runner, and Norton fouls it back to the screen. So that's why Brady is not in anymore, and Norton is in. Jackson came in, I believe now he is playing first base. Lopez momentarily took over first, but I think Jordy is back in left field, and Norton is over at first base. So Jackson out of Sacramento, California, he does have a pair of home runs on the summer. And he's up here against Carmignani, who throws to first base and just misses getting Quincy Marlboro. Fastball misses down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good lead by Marlboro at first. There's another ball comes out of the bullpen. This time I think the Potters bullpen. Justin Santiago has 11 strikeouts through 4 innings. I don't know that he'll be coming back to the mound, but what I'm hearing in here, that ties the Potters record of strikeouts in a game. So we're seeing some history, or tying some history tonight. That's lined into right field. Garcia on the move reaches up and makes the catch. Norton puts some good wood on it, but it goes right out to Carlos Garcia in right field for the second out. And Tristan Russell will be the hitter. The third baseman singled his first time up. Actually had a ground ball that hit the runner, Jackson Norton. So he gets credit for a base hit, but the runner is out. And he will come up here. Now 6 for 14 on the season. Got a couple of runs batted in. Devin Carmignani, the second pitcher. Dylan Brown, impressive during his 3-inning stint. Just 3 hits, just a single run. Marlboro takes off. The pitch is outside. The throw to second is on a hop, and he will not be in time. Marlboro's got to stay on the bag, though, and he does. So Quincy gets himself into scoring position with a stolen base with 2 outs. The pitch is called a ball on Tristan Russell. Carson Moore follows Tristan, but with 2 outs, it's up to Russell here. Outfield's pretty much straight away and deep for Tristan Russell as the Shadows seek to overtake the entire field. Probably another half inning. Russell chops that one down. He got a real off-speed pitch there and just tried to time it. It was a little bit off. Evens the count up at 1-1 on Tristan out of Cypress, Texas, which I believe if southeast Texas, I think. I had it all plotted out last year because we had like 4 kids from Texas, but I've got to go find my maps. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tristan swings and misses another off-speed pitch, 1-2. And no, it's strike 3, I guess. So nobody knew, and now everybody knows. And Russell is out. So the Potters get a hit and leave him at second base. We go to the 5th. Potters on top, 1-0.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it. We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Top of the 5th inning, Justin Santiago is still out there with 11 strikeouts, and I guess he did not tie the strikeout record. The strikeout record is 12, but he's back out here for the 5th, which means Raul Ramos, who is the batter, is also the dog batter, but he's also the first batter in the 5th inning, the Farmers' 5th. So if he strikes out, if he makes any kind of out, half off Farmers. If he strikes out, half off Dueling Dogs, and you can go get 2 beers for the price of 1 at the good place to get a beer bar or the Brick and Barrel Backyard, whichever one you choose. Plus, you can get some wine, $2 off, and dogs. Oh, man. Swings and misses. I didn't even tell you, did I tell you? They got bacon-wrapped hot dogs down there today. I didn't even tell you that, did I? It's a Wiener Wiener Wednesday. I'm sorry, I should have told you that, Riley. My bad. I know you love Fat Cat. But, yeah, there's bacon-wrapped hot dogs down there. Now, you can't leave the booth, so stay there. Line drive, center field. Backhand try by Moore, but it's in there for a base hit. So the Dueling Dog batter really bummed everybody out here. There was visions of beer dancing in everybody's head. But Ramos with a solid base hit up the middle. That is the 3rd hit of the game for the Zephyrs. And it brings up Brendan Pops, the second baseman, who walked his first time up, stole a couple of bases, ended up on third. It looks like we got a pinch runner coming out. Number, I think, 22, Riley. That's Andy Moon out of Puget Sound University. So Moon comes on to pinch run here in the 5th. So Moon will assume the duties, assuming he stays in the game, of the dog batter, because I don't think Ramos did a very good job by getting a base hit and grounding out. So here's Pops, the number 9 hitter. Squares the butt and takes a strike, so it's 0-1 on Brendan Pops. Out of Cosumnes River College and Roseville, California. Granite Bay High School, I believe the guys were saying earlier. So left-handed hitter who walked his first time up. There's a runner at first and nobody out here in the 5th. Just a 1-0 ball game. He shows bunt again, pulls it back, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Darius Jenkins, the left-hander, warming up in the bullpen. I think he's the Potter who holds the record for most different numbers worn this season. Because every time he warms up, he's got a different number. Today it's 22 for those of you watching at home, and we hope you are, and we thank you for checking in with us. Urge you to subscribe to the channels here. That is In There for a Strike. Stones Broadcast Network's on YouTube. Lincoln Potters Baseball on YouTube. Subscribe and like and do all that kind of stuff, but just join us. Make sure to join us. Again, we are off tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, 2 night games. Those will both, I think, be 7:05. And then on Sunday, 1:05. Pops brings it back. He's got a guy on first base. And, oh, man, that was the old skid on ice back into first base for Andy Moon. And he almost mooned everybody on that one. Hopefully he's okay, or we may have a pinch runner for the pinch runner. You don't like to go woo like that when you're running the bases, Riley. I know you're not a big baseball fan, but that's not the way you want to do it. 2-2 now on Pops. They're going to throw to first base. Maybe hoping he would slip on the way back. I don't know. It's not really playing the odds on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still no outs here in the 5th. Throw again. And again, Moon gets back very efficiently. Maybe he just did that to throw us off. Usually what you do is you do that and then you steal on the next pitch and nobody sees it coming. To the plate. That's a big chopper. It's going to be cut off by Russell. He's going to have to go to first. Nice play, I think, at first. No, the ball pops out of the glove of Norton. And over to third goes Moon. To second goes, they're going to get him at second base. And Pops is out. That's a really fine play in right field by Marlboro coming in. Norton tried to put the tag on the runner going by. The ball was knocked out. Going all the way to third was Moon very alertly. Pops tries to get to second, and he is thrown out by Marlboro. So 1 out, a runner at third base now. And Nate Lidicote, who has struck out twice, is the batter, the center fielder. Left-handed hitter, and the Potters are going to move the infield mostly in, it looks like. Yeah, they're going to move the infield in, as this is just a 1-0 ball game. Lidicote hits it out to shortstop. The runner's going to have to hold. Bland looks him back, guns it to first, and gets him by a step. So good call by the Potters in that instance. 2 outs now. And Morgan Tran, who struck out twice, will be the hitter. Except I don't think this is Morgan Tran. This is Sean O'Connell. So O'Connell will hit for Tran here in the 5th inning. So Sean O'Connell out of Sac City College, comes out of Fairfield, California. Takes a strike. Santiago at 91. Get a pitch count. Let's see if we can get a pitch count on Justin, as I think he's the first Potter to go into the 5th inning. Hey, there's Piper. Hey, Piper. Slice down the left field line, slice, and foul. So O'Connell almost had himself a big hit there, but he is now 0-2 against Santiago. .78 is the pitch count for Santiago. And he's got 2 outs here and a 0-2 count with Moon on third. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. He tried to, the umpire, poor umpire in the middle of the field, he doesn't really have a lot of an angle. He's face on with the batter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Didn't look like he went from here. Santiago's going to think things over. He's going to clean the glasses, fix the shirt, pick up the glove. You know, just get settled here. Piper the Peacock getting ready for his dance contest pretty soon. I guess that's the 6th inning, though. Big pitch right here for Justin Santiago to O'Connell. And it's low and outside, 2-2. There's Becky from Papa's Coffee Company, hanging out in Grandpa Jack's seats. No Grandpa Jack today. He's taking it easy. I think he just comes out for the weekends, you know. 2-2. Line foul down the left field line again. Just a little bit behind it, making solid contact, but behind the fastball from Justin Santiago, who is still up at 91 after 80 pitches, which is pretty impressive for the right-hander. 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Laverne, California. Was at St. Mary's, now in the portal. Pitching his 2nd game of the summer for the Potters. Inside and low, nice block by Johnson. And give O'Connell credit, he has worked the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carlos Garcia, the right fielder, number 3 hitter, is on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pinch runner, Andy Moon, is on third. 2 outs here in the 5th. Breaking ball, called strike 3, and he knew it. 12 strikeout for Justin Santiago. He ties the record. I don't think we'll see him anymore. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters clinging to that 1-0 lead.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Bottom of the 5th inning, Isaac Talavera is the new pitcher. He is out of Los Medanos College, Pittsburgh, California. He'll face Carson Moore, Mace Madsen, and the top of the order, Jordy Lopez. Justin Santiago has completed his 5 innings of work with a single-game record tying 12 strikeouts for the right-hander out of Laverne, California. So Moore, who singled and scored the game's only run, he is now 8 for 16, so 500 on the season. We heard Jordan Jorgensen talk about Carson, who helped lead Del Oro to the first section title. And in fact, he went to San Diego State, but comes back to Lincoln, comes back to the area to play summer ball. Left-hand hitting second baseman against the right-hander Talavera. He delivers outside for a ball. So Carmignani pitches the 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, strikes out 1. That is outside. 2-0 to Carson Moore. I think Darius Jenkins is going to be the next Potters pitcher. 3 balls and no strikes quickly now to Carson Moore. That is 17 strikeouts in 9 innings for Santiago. Chopped up the middle. Shortstop picks it up. Nice play by Barajas over to first base and gets him by half a step. That Jaron Barajas had a very good play out at shortstop, making that look a lot easier than I think it was. And with 1 out, Mace Madsen makes his second appearance of the summer for the Potters out of St. George, Utah. And Utah Tech University, the Trailblazers, Riley. We looked that up earlier because Cooper Smith, our catcher, not today, but other days, our catcher is also from Utah Tech University. So here's Madsen, bounced out to second, his first time up. Shows a bunt down the third base line. That is a beauty. If he tries the first, the throw is not going to be in time. Madsen, a perfect bunt, picks up the 5th hit for the Potters. And that will bring up the top of the order and Jordy Lopez. Lopez has struck out and popped out. Came in over 600 for the Potters. It's a chopper over the head of the third baseman into left field, base hit. Rounding second, staying there is Madsen. And with one out, the Potters have something going here in the 5th inning, first and second. And Perrin Bland, the hottest hitter, or one of the hottest hitters, along with Jordy Lopez. Looks like Isaiah Metzger has come out to take on at second base for Pops. So Isaiah Metzger now at second. Lister still at first. Bras at short, and Andy Moon is over at third. O'Connell in left, Liticote in center, and Garcia in right, and McTeague behind the plate. Isaac Talavera on the mound, and Perrin Bland, who has an RBI tonight, takes that one in the dirt, gets away, and both runners are going to advance. So a big wild pitch right there from Talavera, and now Bland, who struck out in the first and then singled in a run in the third for his 13th RBI of the season, has a chance for 2 more and give Potter fans a little breathing, a little more room to breathe. Zephyrs are playing the infield back. Inside to Bland. 2-0 now. It's about 85 from Talavera. Chaz McNellis, making his debut tonight, is on deck, hitting in the third spot for manager Eli Garcia. Two-0 pitch. Inside, and that hits him. So Bland's at first. Now Lopez at second, Madsen at third, and Chaz McNellis and Riley, we named this rule for you, has a chance to get one of those quick player of the game awards, because you can't beat a grand slam, as you so famously said. Even though we have a guy who struck out 12 batters, you can't beat a grand slam. Meeting at the mound for the Zephyrs. Brown went the first 3 innings, gave up 3 hits and a run. Then Carmignani, 1 hit, 1 inning, no runs. He struck out 1. Brown struck out 3. Talavera got the first batter more on a ground out to short. But since then, Madsen, a bunt single. Lopez, a bouncer over the third baseman's head. And Bland, hit by a pitch, has loaded it up for Chaz McNellis out of Las Vegas, Nevada. In the portal from the University of Arizona. So here's McNellis. 1 out, of course. The Zephyrs are double play depth. That's inside, gets away. Here comes runner from third. Madsen scores. That's going to be a pass ball on that one. Moving up is Lopez and Bland. Potters put their second run across the plate. And McNellis has a 1-ball, no strike count. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Talavera. Outfield straight away. The grounder off of his foot, it looked like, so that's a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of inning number 5 here from McBean Stadium. A perfect night for baseball. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer, making his auspicious return behind the controls for Stone's Broadcast Networks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive, base hit right field. Solid single will score 1. It might have been hit too hard to score 2. It was, as the throw comes in from Garcia. But Chaz McNellis with a big RBI in his first game. He scores Jordy Lopez. Bland ends up at third base. And it's first and third. Still just one out. Potters have scored their second run, their third hit of the inning. And Quincy Malbrough is the hitter. He's grounded to second and he's singled. 6 for 13 on the year for the right fielder out of Loomis, California. Still just one out in the inning. Pops that one up. Center fielder coming in. That's Liticote. Could be deep enough. The runner comes in and held on to the ball a little bit, and it's a sacrifice fly. The throw back to second, not in time. So kind of did a double clutch in center field. Bland scores easily. McNellis moves up to second. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Malbrough, and the Potters have put 3 across here in the fifth inning. Lead it 4-0, and Ethan Johnson will be the hitter. Throw was a reasonably strong throw, but again, it took a little bit to get it out of his hand. So we have a pinch hitter. It's Aiden Dion batting for Ethan Johnson. So Dion comes on for Johnson, who was 0 for 2. Aiden out of Roseville, California, headed to the University of Arizona. Been having a great summer so far, playing third base, playing left field. Slices that one foul down the left field line. Interesting to see what the Potters do defensively. They kick Johnson out from behind the plate. We have Cooper Smith and Mason Belding that could still obviously go in behind the plate. McNellis is at second base. 2 outs here in the inning. There goes the runner. The ball's in the dirt. No throw will be made. So McNellis steals third. I don't think that McTeague would have had a chance at him anyway. He got a really good running start. Potters with 3 runs here in the fifth inning. They lead it 4-0. Dion fouls it off. Somehow it gets over the stands and gets into the stands. Nice try there by that young gentleman in the front row, and it just a little over his reach, like about 3 feet. When it hits that concrete, it bounces high. 1-2 now. Misses outside, 2-2. Right at 85 for Talavera. Potters with 1 in the third, and they put 3 of them aboard here in the fifth. RBIs by McNellis and Malbrough. Dion rips it into right field, a base hit. McNellis scores. Dion gets himself an RBI. The Potters have now put 4 up on the board against Talavera, and they lead it 5-0, and Jackson Norton comes to the plate. Jackson came on to pinch run for Brady Dobson. In his only appearance, he hit a line drive to right field that Garcia handled. So Jackson is 0 for 1. He's got Dion down at first base. Takes down low. Potters' 8th game of the summer. They are 7-0. Got tomorrow off. We've got about, that one is a strike. Our first PEL game, well, it's going to be a big 3-game series coming up from the 16th, 17th, and 18th as the Humboldt Crabs come to town. There goes the runner. Ball's in the dirt, and safe at second base is Dion. The swing is ruled no swing by the field umpire. So we'll go with 2-1. Well, I got a feeling about Jackson Norton. He does have a pair of home runs this year. And I just got a feeling. That doesn't mean anything because I get feelings a lot. I'm an old man, so you know what I mean? Outside, ball 3. Zephyrs starting to get a left-hander loosened up, but he's in the early stages of getting loose. Jackson Norton takes inside corner, call strike. So that'll run the count full at 3-2. Sacramento, California, and St. Mary's College for Jackson Norton. Inside, ball 4. So Potters have batted around as the ninth batter in the inning will be Tristan Russell. Norton is at first. At second is Aiden Diome. And we're going to get a meeting at the mound here for the Concord Zephyrs. And it looks like we will have a new pitcher coming in as they're bringing in somebody from the side. Not the guy that was warming up, somebody who was warmed up previously. We'll get his identity and get back to the action right after this short break on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time. Felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
New pitcher for the Zephyrs is Adrian Croce, wearing number 19 out of Delta College. Originally from Walnut Creek, he will face who is the ninth batter of the inning, Tristan Russell, who turned around and bat right-handed against the left-hander. He has singled and struck out. Potters have scored 4 times. They have 2 players on and 2 outs here. Russell skies one right side. On the run is Garcia. He is in fair territory and makes the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out here, but the Potters score 4 times in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Potters 5, Zephyrs nothing.
Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of inning number 6, Darius Jenkins is the new pitcher for the Potters. Taking over from Justin Santiago, went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 12 and allowed no runs for the second straight time. So Justin, over 9 innings of work this summer, 9 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 3 walks, 17 strikeouts, and if the Potters hold on to win this one, he will be 2-0. Jenkins, the left-hander, delivers a strike. And he delivers it to Carlos Garcia, the right fielder, who will be followed by Brendan Lister and Noah Peterson for the Zephyrs here in the 6th, as they now are behind 5-0. Swings and misses. Riley, you were making fun of Piper because no one was at his dance contest, but it's the kind of thing that kids need to see other kids dancing, and then by the end of the dance contest, it's a mob out there. You just got to... I know you're a little bit out of the loop, but you just got to remember that's the way that thing happens. 1-2. So Jenkins relieving Justin Santiago. Mason Belding has taken over behind the plate as Johnson was hit for by Aiden Diome. Swinging and a miss, got the strikeout. So 13th strikeout by Potters pitchers, 12 of those by Santiago, but with 1 out, Brendan Lister is the hitter, the first baseman. Lister out of Antioch, California, and Los Medanos College, has struck out and grounded to short so far tonight. Hits that one out to short sharply. Big hop for P. Bland. Very calmly throws to first base for the out. He throws with the assurance of a guy who knows the ball is going to go exactly where he wants it to and get there in time. 2 quick outs in the 6th for the Zephyrs. Brings up their designated hitter. That is Noah Peterson. He struck out twice. He got on base the second time because he went down there on a missed third strike. So that looked like number 27, not number 23. Let's make sure of that. Check swing. That's 27, so we've got a new batter. That's Jason Stevens, who pops it up. So Jason Stevens takes over here in the 6th inning for Peterson. Jason out of Brentwood, California, and Butte College, so he's a road runner. Oh, beautiful pitch in there. Slider is in there for a strike from Jenkins. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Jason Stevens. There's a little chopper down the third baseline, but Stay Spirit's a problem. Russell lets it go, and I think he got the foul call. Beautiful play, headsy play by Tristan Russell. There's no way he's throwing out Stevens at first base. So he just jumped out of the way, and the ball, luckily for the Potters, jumps to the left side of third base, and we'll do it again. That's the only thing he could have done, but still, credit Tristan for having the wherewithal to do it. So Stevens returns after a frantic run down to first base. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good inning for Darius Jenkins. 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. Potters 5, Zephyrs nothing.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Bottom of inning number 6. Adrian Croce still out on the mound, and why shouldn't he be? Came in through one pitch and got an out and ended the inning. He will be facing Carson Moore, then Mays Madsen and Jordy Lopez, 3 left-handers against the left-hander Croce. Carson Moore with a single scored a run back in the 3rd and grounded to short in the 5th inning, so he is 1 for 2 in this one. 8 for 17 on the season with a home run out of Cameron Park, California. Ball gets out of the bullpen again. That is the 37th time it's happened in this game, it seems like. And you have to remember, the ball is coming out of the bullpen, and they're thrown by the people that are coming in to pitch. So, I mean, you know, where's the justice in that? Of course, maybe they should get him out of their system down there. That's fine. So Croce against Moore. Carson rips one into right center field. That is down all the way to the fence. Giving chase is Liticote, and Moore is just it's gonna be called a standard double there. Carson Moore all over that pitch, and his second into the game is a ringing double. Hit number 9 for the Potters and brings up Mays Madsen, who got things started back in the 5th inning with a perfect bunt down the third base line, beat it out. Lopez singled, and Bland was hit by a pitch, and then a pass ball scored a run. McNellis scored another one. Malbrough hit a sac fly. It kind of snowballed from there, but it was started by the newcomer Mays Madsen out of St. George, Utah. Takes it for a ball. And Utah Tech University. Thanks to Jordan Georgeson for dropping by to be our guest on the 3rd inning today. Dropped a lot of nuggets about these Potters. Moore dancing around at second base. Madsen hits it sharply down to first. Backhanded beautifully by Lister, and he'll step on the bag for the out. So Madsen hit it sharply, but right at Lister. He does move the runner over to 3rd, and that's Carson Moore for Jordy Lopez, who has struck out, popped out, and then singled back in the 5th. So he is 1 for 3. 13 for 22 on the year with 6 runs batted in. Got a chance for number 7 down there. Just 90 feet away, Carson Moore. And now 86 feet away as he moves a little down the line. Lopez takes outside. Nice play by McTeague to keep that one from going to the backstop. There's a lot of movement on that one. Max McTeague behind the plate. Lopez will get the run in on a ground ball to second base. Metzger will go to first for the out. Lopez will get the RBI. Potters will get the 6th run of the ball game. They lead it 6-0, and with 2 outs, Perrin Bland comes back to the plate. Moon, Barajas, Metzger, and Lister in the infield. O'Connell, Liticote, and Garcia in the outfield. And McTeague behind the plate, and Adrian Croce on the mound. That's a defensive alignment for the Concord Zephyrs. And that one bounces up to the plate, so I'm going to call that a ball. 1-0 on Bland, who struck out, singled in a run, and been hit by a pitch. He's also scored a run back in the 5th. Hits that one pretty well to left field. Going back is O'Connell. He's got room and he'll make the catch for the out. Potters score again in the 6th. We go to the 7th. They lead 6-0.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing business.
Top of inning number 7. Potters leading 6-0. Jaron Barajas is going to start us off, the shortstop. Then Max McTeague, the catcher, and Andy Moon, the third baseman, against Darius Jenkins, who struck out 2 in his only inning of work so far. Left-hander out of Sac City College, facing Barajas, who has singled and struck out. Fastball is on the corner for a strike at 87 from Jenkins. And Mason Belding has, I think he has a wrong glove maybe or something. Says, yeah, that's not the right glove. I caught one ball and I know that's not the right glove. Or he broke a string or something. But I like to go my explanation better. The wrong glove theory. Slice foul down the right field line, where the parking lot Potters would usually be. They are not there today. And I don't see maybe one of them down there in the front row. Really a great night for a ball game. Great crowd out here on Wednesday night hanging out. It is Wednesday, right, Riley? Yeah, thanks, man. Fastball's outside. I haven't even mentioned, Riley, the big news. And I know you won't turn the camera around, but your new hairstyle is just, as we used to say, the bomb. I mean, it's happening. Riley took all of it on the sides and said, I'm not messing with it. I'm going to put it all up on the top. And it's just looking sharp. That's a slow grounder handled by Jenkins. Darius over to first, and he got him at first base. Good play by the pitcher to get the first out here in the 7th, and that'll bring up, for the first time, Max McTeague. The catcher came on for Del Rio back in the 5th inning. Yeah, Riley's got a little bit of the fluff going on up top, and I think it's a good look. And how do they like that in your VR volleyball league? Are they kind of down with it? Yeah, it's a hit. Swinging a miss, foul ball by McTeague. Max is out of Ohlone College. He is from Martinez, California. Came on defensively back in the 5th inning. His first at bat here is in the 7th against the left-hander Darius Jenkins. Fastball moves him off the plate inside. Just a reminder, if you're joining us late, Justin Santiago with 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts, and no runs allowed. So he was sensational again in his second start of the summer. That one's blooped foul against the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. The outside fan of the game as introduced to the crowd was 3-year-old Maddox, whose, I guess, sole qualification, well, first of all, it's his first game. Secondly, he gave Piper 2 high fives. I don't know. I think maybe I have the wrong idea. That just misses. And I salute Maddox for all he's worth, and the family and everything for coming out. But you give me a guy who's gone, down to the brick and barrel a couple of times and put some money into the economy. That's my fan of the game. Guy went out and took care of some $2 off hot dogs. Swing and a miss. Jenkins gets the strikeout. Destroyed maybe some nachos from Sabores to Mexico. That's my player of the game, fan of the game. Here's Andy Moon, who has assumed the mantle of dog batter in this one. So if he strikes out, and this is the last inning it can happen, half off of dueling dogs down at that same brick and barrel backyard. Jenkins says, I didn't realize that was at stake. He steps off and tells the catcher, Mace Belly, come here, Mason, come here. I didn't realize that was all at stake, so I need to make sure I concentrate on this guy. Andy Moon, just his first at bat of the game, out of Moraga, California. Beautiful country down there. And he goes to Puget Sound University. Now we've got an announcement. The 50-50 is over $1,000. What's going on today? And it's for the 4th of July celebration right here at McBean. So it's a community-based 50-50. And I think that's why people are so generous, Riley. Jenkins tries to bend the breaking ball, but he bends it around the plate for a ball 1-0. Dog batter. The dogs are starting to go. Willie's putting on the mixtape. Fastball. The umpire says yes. Strike one. 87 miles an hour from Jenkins. He has 3 strikeouts so far in an inning and 2/3. Breaking ball's fouled off, and we are 1 strike away from, at the last possible second, getting half off of dueling dogs. And there still gets $2 off a hot dog. You go down and get your dueling dogs. There's still a chance to salvage this day, Riley. Jenkins again realizing the import of the moment. Takes a second to back off. Fastball swung on a miss, and Jenkins makes our dreams come true. Enjoy down at the Brick and Barrel backyard. We stretch. Oh, Potter fans are stretching with a 6-0 lead.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many
local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join.
Bottom of inning number 7, Ezra Marcano, the left-hander out of Shasta College, will be the new pitcher for the Concord Zephyrs. He'll face Chaz McNellis, then Quincy Marlboro, and Mason Belding. Potters leading at 6-0. We're in the bottom of inning number 7. Will take me out to the ball game. Half off Dueling Dogs thanks to that strikeout, and McNellis was looking to bunt. He fouled it, or misses it altogether. It's a strike either way. 0-1 on McNellis, who has grounded to second, struck out, and then an RBI single, and scored a run back in the 5th inning, making his debut for the Potters out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Left-handed hitter, DHing tonight. Swings and misses a slider coming in from Marcano. And he is ahead 0-2 to Chaz McNellis. That one in the dirt, blocked by McTeague behind the plate. That strikeout by Jenkins means Potters pitchers have struck out 16 Zephyr hitters through the first 7 innings, as Santiago tied a Potters single-game record with 12 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. McNellis is out on strikes. And for the high fastball, couldn't get around on it. 1 out in the inning. That was an 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Marcano, and that'll bring up Quincy Marlboro, who has a word with McNellis as he walks up to the plate. Getting a little inside, hopefully, into this new left-hander. 5th pitcher on the night for the Zephyrs. Brown started, then Carmignani, then Talavera, Croce, and now Marcano. That's fouled over by the Potters dugout. Oh and 1 on Quincy Marlboro out of Loomis, California. Ground out, a single and a sac fly for Quincy. His 3rd run batted in of the summer. He is 6 for 13 on the year. Goes to Purdue University, which is pretty good. Fouls that one back to the screen. So again, Marcano gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Looks like Dylan Schmidt loosening up, number 33 down in the pen for the Potters, as Jenkins has put a couple of innings in the books, a couple of very nice innings with 4 strikeouts in the books. That's in the dirt. Down low for a ball, 1-2. Or as the scoreboard says, 0-5. I don't know that, even Riley's like, I don't think so. 0-5, you're really down in the count. Really. I mean, I have never seen a batter that behind in the count before. I don't think you can dig out of that hole outside for a ball. Marlboro's run the count to 2-2 now. From 0-5 to 2-2, that's a great at bat. Mason Belding for his first at bat on deck. He came on when Johnson was pinch hit for back in the 5th. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and the tag applied by McTeague. So a pair of strikeouts from Marcano to start out the 7th inning here, and that'll leave it up to Mason Belding, the left-hand hitting catcher out of Del Oro High School. Deliver a couple of baseballs to the umpire before he settles into the left-handed batter's box. Really, when you look at it, the Zephyrs had that bad inning in the 5th where they gave up 4 to the Potters. Other than that, they've been very good in this game on the mound with Brown, Carmignani, and Croce, and now Marcano. Talavera's the only one that's had a difficult time as Belding takes the ball. Now the Zephyrs hitters, on the other hand, have not been able to do much against Santiago and Jenkins. Just 4 hits in 7 innings with 16 strikeouts. And I have to think that's more owing to Santiago and Jenkins than any deficiency on the Zephyrs hitters. One and 0. Foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mason Belding. Comes out of Grass Valley, California, in Del Oro High School, Louisiana State University. One ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Potters 6, Zephyrs nothing. Belding takes that one down low. 2-1. Nice Wednesday evening crowd. Really a nice place to spend a Wednesday evening too. You're under the tarp. You got hot dogs. You got Mexican food. You got beer. You got wine. You got sodas, water, whatever you need. Just kind of sit out and watch a little ball. Belding swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mason. Ezra Marcano out of Shasta College, the Shasta Knights. And Vacaville, California. So we've got a Fairfield of Vacaville. We've got a Benicia on the roster. We're all over the place. A lot of them down in the Los Medanos area. Belding chops it over the mound. Barajas goes to his left. He's got it over to first in the dirt and scooped up over there nicely by Lister at first. So a good inning by Marcano. We go to the 8th. Potters on top 6-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You are laborers rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
Top of inning number 8, Dylan Schmidt is the new pitcher out of Roseville, California, and Cal State San Marcos, as Willie is giving away the big 50-50. $592 is the split. Tremendous. Trying to give that money away, and we will have the first hitter here in the top of the 8th inning. That is Isaiah Metzger. His first appearance at the plate. Metzger with sharp grounder out to second base. Carson Moore right there. Over to first for the out. So Metzger is retired in his initial appearance. And with one out, we'll go to the top of the order, and Noah Littlecote. We finally got a winner. Looks like that's number 24, not 23. That is Mason Renault batting, and he chops one foul. So a pinch. So Runau is what Willie says, and that's what I'll say. So Runau comes on. Littlecote was 0 for 3 while he was in there, and Mason will get his first at bat. Out of Heritage Charter is his college, and his school, and he's in Vacaville. That it just misses. 1-1. Sean O'Connell is next. One out here in the 8th inning. Schmidt, the third pitcher. Breaking ball misses the outside corner. Santiago went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 12. Jenkins went 2 innings, gave up nothing, and struck out 4. So Schmidt here gets the ground out from Metzger, and now he's got Renaud. Check swing, and he pops it back behind the catcher. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now in the pinch hitter. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Dylan Schmidt. Probably, I would say, Dylan's 4th appearance of the summer. Just misses that outside corner. Okay, missed it by more than just, but it's outside. 3-2. Trying to build a little dramatic tension there, and the pictures didn't back up the words. Right now, he says, this is getting to be a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to take off my helmet. Take a deep breath, and I'm ready to go again. Chopper, it's going to be a tough play for Bland. He's got to come in and get it on a hop. Guns it to first, off the bag, and safe. Infield single for Renaud, as that is just a tough play, and the batter was from the left side, so he got down there that much quicker. Just the 5th hit of the game for the Zephyrs, and a couple of those, I think maybe 3 of them were infield variety. So here's Sean O'Connell. O'Connell from Sac City College. Struck out back in the 5th inning in his first appearance, taken over from Morgan Tran in left field. Left-handed hitter. That's outside for a ball. Well, the winner, who got 592, gave about half of that back to the 4th of July Preparation Committee, so well done, sir. Schmidt can't find that outside corner, misses again, 2-0. Carlos Garcia, the right fielder, scheduled next. Brendan Pops goes down to coach first base. Sharply hit to short. Bland on his knees, throws the second for 1. Moore turns it to first. They did not get him. Very close, and they're saying that Norton's foot came off the bag on the throw. So a fielder's choice will put O'Connell at first base, but 2 outs in the inning now. And that will bring up Carlos Garcia. Garcia out of Concord, California, Las Modanas College. Has singled and struck out twice, so it was 1 for 3 tonight. Right-handed hitter. Fouls that one back to the screen as Schmidt comes right in. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Garcia. Breaking ball's hit high in the air and hit pretty well to left field. Going back, Lopez. He's got room, and he's got a catch in left field. So Schmidt gets him out without any further damage, and we'll go to the bottom of inning number 8. Potter's still on top 6-0.
Potters fans, fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Bottom of inning number 8 out here at McBean Stadium. We've got Jackson Norton coming up to the plate. We've got a new pitcher. It is number 27. That is Jason Stevens, who we saw at the plate a little while ago out of Butte College, Brentwood, California. He will face Norton. Jackson just came on in the 5th inning, and he has one at bat. He walked in that at bat. High and inside for a ball. Correction, he has 2 at bats. He walked in one and flew out his first at bat back in the 4th. He came on to run for Brady Dobson way back in the 2nd inning. Dobson came up hobbling a little bit, so Norton took his spot. And he fouls that one off down the right field line. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tristan Russell and Carson Moore due to follow Jackson Norton in the bottom of the 8th inning. Country night coming up on Friday with the Mechanical Bull, and then Mexican Heritage Night on Saturday. The Peloteros will be the opposition for your Potters. Of course, Sunday, Military Appreciation Day. We had a pretty good rendition of Friends in Low Places by a gentleman in the crowd. Sometimes that goes, you give a microphone to somebody in the crowd, it doesn't go so well. This time it did go pretty well. Very good advertisement for Country Night as that's way outside. Watch Stevens warm up, and I think 3 out of 4 pitches made it to the backstop, so hopefully that was getting all the kinks out. And he's 3-1 on Jackson Norton. That's hit well to left center field. Norton, it's up against the fence, almost had his 3rd. He's a motor into 2nd. He said, forget it. I want a triple and I want it now, and he's got it. Norton thought he had a home run. I think all the guys on the track ban thought he had a home run. That would have been his 3rd. Didn't get that. Says, I'm going to take the next best thing. Starts off the 8th inning with a rousing triple, and he's at third with nobody out, and Tristan Russell coming to the plate. He just got all of that one, and it was 102 off the bat. And I think they might have underestimated it. I think it might have been 202 off the bat. That's just me, though. Here's Tristan Russell, who has singled, struck out, and flied to right. Tristan 6 for 16 on the season. He does have a pair of runs batted in and has a chance for another one as Norton sits 90 feet away. Russell swings and misses. Stevens at 86 with the fastball, 0-1. Carson Moore and then Mays Madsen, the next two in the Potters order. They leave it 6-0 here in the 8th inning. Oh, and 1 now. Inside, I might have hit him. And it did, as Tristan's going to go down to first base and take the bat with him for a while, just as emotional support. So a triple and a hit by pitch, first and third, nobody out, and Carson Moore has a couple of base hits and scored a couple runs in this one at the plate. He's doubled, he's singled, and he's grounded to shortstop. Out of San Diego State University, Mr. Carson Moore. And he's back at 500 for the summer. There goes the runner. It's in the dirt. He'll be safe. And now Carson's got a couple of potential runs batted in out there. He has a home run on the season, does Mr. Moore. Called by our guy Tim McCord from Evanescence, who got to one of the, I don't know, thrills of his life, but he said he's always wanted to call a home run, and he got to call Carson's. That's outside. Of course, how did a guy from Evanescence get up to the booth? Oh, Ray Garcia. Obviously, that's how it happens. That's how it always happens. 2-0 now on Carson. 3-0, that one's going to get away, and here comes Norton, and he will score on the wild pitch. Going to third is Tristan Russell, and is now 3 balls and no strikes on Carson Moore. Potters have some activity down in their pen. Looks like a right-hander down there. Their pitching has been pretty exceptional tonight. Did he swing? Did he go around trying to get out of the way? He did. So it's 3-1 on Carson Moore. Out of Cameron Park, California. Del Oro High School. That's ball 4, and that gets away, but going to bounce back. So good base running down there by Tristan Russell to just hold the spot. And Moore walks. First and third, nobody out still here in the inning. Potters have scored once. They lead at 7-0. And that'll bring up the newcomer, Mays Madsen, making his debut tonight. He's grounded out, he's singled, and he's grounded out. Out of St. George, Utah. And along with catcher Cooper Smith, he is a student at Utah Tech University, the Trailblazers. Outside for a ball. Jackson Norton started the inning off with a triple. He eventually scored on a wild pitch. Tristan Russell hit by a pitch and it ended up over at third base. There's a strike to Madsen. And the base on balls to Carson Moore. Jordy Lopez, the top of the order, awaits. hit hard down the right field line. Base hit for Madsen. He'll score 1 run. Going on the pitch was Moore, so he'll end up at third. Madsen gets his second hit of the day. His first run batted in as a Potter. And the Potters put their 8th run up on the board with a solid shot past the first baseman into right field. Russell scores. Potters have scored twice in the inning. Still nobody out, and here's Jordy Lopez. There goes the runner, and that's ripped to right field. Coming on, and going to make the catch enough to go back to first base and double off the runner at first base. Coming in to score from third is Carson Moore. So I don't know if you get I think you get an RBI anyway on that sacrifice fly. But the throw, Madsen was going on the pitch. So he is doubled off. There are now 2 outs. Another run comes in, makes it 9-0. And Perrin Bland will be the hitter. Struck out, singled, hit by a pitch, and fly to left for Perrin Bland. That ball was really hit hard by Jordy Lopez. That's over the head of everybody for a ball, 1-0. Lopez picks up his. Oh. So there was compared. Brandon Pops from the visitors, and let's see who that was. Nico O'Rourke from the Potters chasing that ball to the backstop, and it looked like the Potters barely edged him out. Tremendous competition right there to pick up that wayward pitch. 2-0 now on Bland. So Lopez with his second RBI now has 8 on the season. Right back up the middle. Will it get into center field? It will. Bland has his second hit of the day. Hit number 12 for the Potters. Bland's at first with 2 outs, and Chaz McNellis will get another chance. And we may get we got 2 guys coming out to the mound, which you don't see very often. You see 1 guy, you don't see 2 guys go out to the mound like a tag team situation. One of them is Isaac Talavera, I think, and Stevens. Umpire says, this is getting a little bit crazy. I'm going to go out there and see what's going on for myself. Umpire's like, hey, you only can send 1 guy out. Like 2 guys is a lot. And so they're both going to go back to the dugout. And that, I think, might be a first, Riley. I don't know that I've ever seen 2 guys make a mound visit like that. So McNellis has struck out twice as an RBI single is grounded to second. He's got Perrin Bland over at first base, 2 outs. The Potters have scored 3 times here in the 8th. Time is called. There's probably got another ball coming out in the field, unless I miss my guess. Quincy Malbrough would be next if McNellis can keep things going for the Potters here in the 8th. High fastball, 1-0. McNellis out of Las Vegas, Nevada. There is a ball, 2-0. That's fouled back to the screen. 2-1. Looks like it was Mateo Michel, number 15, out of Yukon, warming up for the Potters. 34. Thank you, Riley. Look out. That didn't look out enough as a hit batter. will move Bland down to second base. The 8th batter of the inning is Quincy Malbrough. A triple, a hit by pitch, a walk, a single, sac fly, hit by pitch, walk. No, excuse me, single. Bland had a single. So here's Quincy. He has struck out, hit a sac fly, singled and grounded to second. Up here for his 4th official at bat, 5th appearance at the plate. High and inside, 1-0. Potters off tomorrow. 7:05 on Friday. The Peloteros will be the opposition. Same with Saturday, again 7:05 and 1:05 on Sunday. Last Sunday afternoon game, I believe, of the season. So come out and enjoy some afternoon baseball on Military Appreciation Day. 2-0. And Friday is supposed to be pretty warm, but Saturday and Sunday not too bad. Good days to come out to the ballpark. And Friday's night game, obviously, so it should be pretty pleasant out here. Like tonight has been fantastic. On a Wine and Wiener Wednesday. And Riley says next time we have a Wine and Wiener Wednesday, you want to put the wine over by the wieners. I mean, you put the wine with the wieners. Or the wieners with the wine. But I think you're probably easier to put the wine with the wieners. I mean, remember it, bacon wrapped hot dogs, Riley. Bacon wrapped. I know, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that earlier. Malbrough takes ball 3. That is, yeah, I know. You probably would have put away a couple, fewer slices of pepperoni pizza and grabbed some bacon-wrapped hot dogs. Would you have put ketchup on a bacon-wrapped hot dog? Oh, that is a tough one. Because you're a ketchup guy, right? Yeah. Malbrough takes call strike, 3-2. I didn't think about that yet because you're a ketchup guy. Are you a sauerkraut guy too? No, okay. Somebody's a sauerkraut guy. I don't think you can put ketchup on bacon. I mean, you can love bacon and you can like ketchup, but you can't put them both together. Yes. Line drive into left field, base hit. Here comes one run around. He will score. The throw will come into third. It'll be too late. So it's a single for Malbrough, his second of the day. He scores Perrin Bland from second base. And going all the way to third was Jasmine Nellis. And here's the 9th batter of the inning, Mason Belding. Belding had one previous appearance. He grounded out to shortstop back in the 7th. Takes high, 1-0 from Jason Stevens, the 6th pitcher for the Concord Zephyrs, members of the Bay Area Collegiate League. Outside, Bay Area Marauders, South Bay Storm, Chico Lone Wolves, Stockton Pearls, California Tigers, South Placer Stonecutters. We'll see the Stonecutters next Tuesday. That is June the 9th for a single game. We'll see the Tigers later in the month. Per 2. Strike call. Of course, we've already played the Lone Wolves and the South Bay Storm. So, you know, Bay Area Collegiate League, a league we're very familiar with. We'll end up playing 5 of their teams. Not the Marauders of the Pearls, but, yeah, maybe next year. 2-1 on Mason Belding. 3-1 on Mason Belding. Jackson Norton, who started off the inning with a triple, looks to get another chance here. Ball 4. So Norton will be the 10th batter in the inning. Since coming on for Dobson. He has flied to right, walked, and tripled. He's up here with the bases loaded. Oh, that would really test your theory, Riley, if he did it now. I know you can't beat a grand slam, but, I mean, come on. We'd have to probably go into negotiations on that one. Takes inside for a ball, 1-0. All the way to the backstop, and everybody's going to hold on as it bounces back. McTeague is on it quickly. 2-0 on Jackson Norton. Norton out of Sacramento, California. A pair of home runs and now a triple on the summer already. We're just a quarter of the way in. That's in there for a strike. Right around 83 and 84 for Stevens. He's got as high, I think, as 86 in his inning of work, or 2/3 of an inning of work. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. 3-1. Umpire never budged. Tristan Russell is in the on-deck circle. He would be next. Grounded down the line and foul. That brings us full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jackson Norton. So Peleteros this weekend, then the same Peleteros next weekend after that midweek game against the Stonecutters. Then after that, it's the Humboldt Crabs, and it's on for real on June the 16th. Inside, ball 4. That's going to score McNellis. Push Malbrough to third and Belding to second. Norton on at first, and here's Tristan Russell, who singled, struck out, flied out, and been hit by a pitch. That was just this inning. He was hit by a pitch. Potters have scored 5 times here in the 8th to break open what was a pretty competitive game for much of the day. Russell rips one foul down the first base line toward the Potters bullpen. Mateo Michel was loosening up. Or Matthias Michel, excuse me, loosening up. That was a while ago, though. He might have sat down already. He's got to try to keep loose out there. 0-1 now on Russell. Popped up. It is called the first baseman. That's Lister. And he stays underneath it and barely hangs on for the out. Potters score 5 times in the 8th. We are going to the 9th. They lead 11-0.
President of Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in our store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley President of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Lincoln Potters.
Top of inning number 9, Potters up 11-0. Matthias Michel is the new pitcher. He is out of Sierra College in Yolo, California, headed to the University of Connecticut. He will come in and try to shut this one down for the Potters. He is scheduled to face Brendan Lister, then Jason Stevens and Jaron Barajas for the Concord Zephyrs, who except for 2 big innings, let this one get away. 4 in the 5th and 5 in the 8th for the Potters. Other than that, just 2 runs for the Potters the rest of the time. But Potters pitching has been superb through 8 innings, 5 hits allowed and 16 strikeouts between Santiago, Jenkins, and Schmidt. And now it's Matthias Michel taking on against Brendan Lister. Lister struck out and grounded to short twice, so he is 0 for 3 in this one. Out of Los Medanos College in Antioch, California is Brendan Lister. Michelle 6'1", 205, and misses the first pitch outside at 93, which is what Justin Santiago started the game at 93. Jordan Jortson down there doing his photojournalism thing. We thank him for being our guest in the 3rd inning on the guest 3rd inning. Very clever name. Ball 2. From Potter's intern to journalist, photojournalist, dad. He's really packed a lot in the last 7 or 8 years. And he does a great job covering all sports, but mostly high school sports in the Placer County area. Michelle pitch is swung on and missed. 93 to Lister. It looked like he decided he was going to swing before the ball was even let go. Two and one now. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 15 miles slower than the fastball, and Lister is frozen on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brendan. Hit into left field, and that is down for a base hit. Took a 92-mile-an-hour fastball into left field, a clean hit for Lister. The 6th hit of the day for the Zephyrs. And with 1 on and nobody out, it'll be Jason Stevens, who came on and pinch hit for the DH in the 6th and then was on the mound in the 8th. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 6th inning. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner again. Same pitch that he threw to Lister. He got it through to Stevens. 0-1. Jaron Barajas scheduled next, the shortstop. Then Max McTeague, the catcher for Concord. Same pitch, swung on a miss this time, 0-2. Stevens out of Butte College. Up here with nobody out and one on in the top of the ninth inning. Potter's trying to go 8-0 on the season and get ready for a weekend series against Peloteros. That one misses outside, rolls away a short distance from Mason Building. One and two. Country night coming up on Friday, a mechanical bull. I will come out and just see what the heck that's all about. Where are they going to put it? What are they going to do? Breaking ball, call strike 3 inside corner. 17th strikeout for Potter's pitchers. First for Michelle, and Jaron Barajas will be the hitter, I assume. Actually, it's the person with no number. It's a pinch hitter with no number. I can only assume he's in the witness protection program, so I will not be revealing his name. The umpire is looking at his book for the no number guy. Mason Harris, number 0, Willie says, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going with it, Willie. So Harris is the batter. He'll take a strike. Barajas was 1 for 3 today. Had a stolen base while he was in there. Played some very nice shortstop as well. That one goes all the way to the backstop. And going down to second base is Lister on the wild pitch. Potter's using the big inning, 4 in the 5th and then 5 in the 8th. To first open up a 2-0 lead and then build on a 6-0 lead. Michelle's fastball is down low. 2-1. Max McTeague is scheduled next to catcher. Two-one pitch. There's that breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike. He's been throwing that beautifully all inning long. Getting the calls and a couple of swings and misses, and he's back even with Mason Harris, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball right down the middle, call strike 3. So 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Max McTeague is scheduled to be the next hitter. Looks like we've got a pinch hitter here. Fouled off. That's number 18. That is Evan Karuba Rice. So Karuba Rice will hit for McTeague. So Rice is the last chance for the Zephyrs. He's got Lister at second base, but 2 outs here in the 9th. Breaking ball, there's that pitch again, and it's in there for a strike again. 0-2. 0-2 now. Andy Moon on deck in case he gets a chance. That swung on and missed, and that's your ball game. 19 strikeouts for Potter's pitchers. No runs on a hit. They allow 6. Our final score, Potter's 11, Zephyrs nothing. No post game here. We'll just wrap it up with a little look back at the Potter's pitchers. Santiago, Jenkins, Schmidt, and Michelle. 9 innings, 6 hits, and 19 strikeouts. So that's very impressive. Our player of the game will be Justin Santiago. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. Now he's thrown 9 innings on the summer. He's given up 5 hits. He's walked 3, and he's struck out 17. He is now 2-0. Also want to point out Mace Madsen making his debut in the on the plate and in the field for the Potters. 2 for 4. He drove in a run, and he scored a run for the young man from Utah. So that's a look back at this one. Potters with the win, 11-0. They go 8-0 on the season. We're off tomorrow. We're back Friday at 7:05 right here on Stone's Broadcast Networks. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, and welcome back, Riley the Engineer. Great job, Riley. Great working with you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.